Hello and welcome back to the Winning Agenda's coverage of an Ikoria Lair of the Behemoths draft. My name's Jesse Marshall and we're looking for our fifth win in this draft. So far we've racked up a loss, but the deck's functioning reasonably well. All the colours are pulling their weight. The lack of blood-curdling screams is not doing too much damage to us. And we've managed to ride a couple of octopus or octopi / krakens to victory, which has been nice. So this hand will be a keeper. We've got the right amount of land and spells and the ability to cycle through excess land using our looter, as well as now a nice extra sweet piece of removal for early in the game. So I think we'll play out the Glimmerbell here and try and get the Lore Drakkises easy prey value combo chain started as soon as possible, because drawing extra cards is always nice. Crystal. Actually, I might just play out the Thieving Otter here, to be honest. And then we can cycle easy prey and play the Lore Drakkises next turn. I think that's the most efficient use of mana. So we'll attack, go to damage, and then play out the Otter. And the Otter, if they don't have a response or a way to deal with it, will also start racking up some value for us. The other option, of course, is if they do play a creature with converted mana cost 2 or less, which appears unlikely after they ramped it with a crystal, but nonetheless, if they do, we can destroy it. They do not do that. So we'll play the island to make sure we can actually mutate with the Lore Drakkises. We'll cycle the easy prey. Make sure that we tap our mana correctly. So cycle easy prey, draw card, and then mutate the Lore Drakkises onto the Glimmerbell to recover that easy prey. We'll go over the top and get in there with the Drakkises. Now we may decide to actually just throw the Facet Reader at their creature next turn, particularly if they do mutate here, because we can always just go ahead and get it back with the Boneyard Lurker the turn after. And that way we'll be able to recover both the Mutual Destruction and the Facet Reader if we want, or we can then recover the Easy Prey that turn. So we don't have a human at the moment, but this makes it all the more appealing for us to play out the Facet Reader. So let's do that. And then we can Of on Mind and Mutual Destruction if we want to. So we'll first Of on Mind. Get that sweet, sweet value. Okay. Then we'll play Mutual Destruction, sacking our Facet Reader. So if they have a Shore Shark here, they need to mutate it now, because they won't be able to cast it, but they're choosing not to do that, which is fair enough. They could still have removal. Yep, so they got the Capture Sphere, but that's totally fine, because we're just going to, assuming that our Lore Drakkises survives the turn, we can go ahead and recover both the Facet Reader and the Of One Mind next turn with a mutation. Of the Boneyard Lurker. But even were we to not, say we're to lose the Drakkises this turn, we've still got options with the Otter into Boneyard Lurker, recovering Drakkises into mutating the Drakkises and getting back the Of One Mind again later. So yeah, Boneyard Lurker and Lore Drakkises obviously having some pretty sweet synergy. If you can get the Drakkises out first, start recovering some value, threaten to recover further value, then you can just go ahead and get back the Drakkises later. Capture Sphere a little bit annoying though. So also annoying because we can't recover the Mutual Destruction that way. So if we'd known that they had a million Capture Spheres, we might have gone ahead and gone for the Mutual Destructions instead. So just thinking it through, we could also try and mutate onto this to then sacrifice it after getting with the mutual destruction. So mutate something onto it, get back the mutual destruction, sacrifice it to kill something, and then get it back with the Boneyard Lurker. So that's going to be certainly a play that we have open to us later in the game, which is kind of cool. We'll chuck a lifelink counter on this because we've got mutators that might want to go onto it. And having lifelink is nice if your creature's getting bigger. And since we're on the beatdown, and they don't appear to be wanting to play enormous creatures at this point, then that's probably better. So what we really want to see here is another mutator, something that we're not terribly fussed about, so we can chuck it on here, sack it, and then start the Boneyard Lurker chain of recovering permanents. Ominous Seas is going to be helpful. We're probably not going to want to run the Boneyard Lurker into the Marmoset anyway. So what I'm going to do instead, the options are this only exiles creatures, so we don't really want to lose our odds, and keep only the Boot Nipper around. So let's just go ahead and play the Ominous Seas and then cycle this turn, I think. So we'll go Ominous Seas, no attacks, we'll end the turn and we'll just go ahead and cycle. We've also got the opportunity to untap Lore Drakkises at the end of this turn with the Glimmerbell ability. So it doesn't untap during our untap step, but we can still go ahead and use it, I guess, which is kind of sweet. I didn't even notice that until then. So that will hopefully be a pretty sweet opportunity for us to get some more value. So they've got their own Thieving Otter. So Easy Prey still is not looking like a good play, so we'll just go ahead and cycle it to start getting some counters happening. They're all tapped out. They may still want to attack. I mean, why not? The other thing is we might want to just untap the Lore Drakkises rather than cycling the Easy Prey here. I think we'll actually just do that now. And block. That seems fine. So we drew a land. So we'll go ahead and mutate the Boneyard Lurker. I think we'll do it that way. No. Do it the other way so that we can cast something else. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Mutate that onto the Drakkises. Go over. We'll get back the Ovon Mind or the Mutual Destruction. Probably the Ovon Mind. Although we are going to want to get back the Mutual Destruction at some point probably because it's pretty sweet value. But 2 cards is nice, so we'll just do that. Hopefully hit some further mutators. Then we get the Facet Reader. And then I think we will get in there this turn. Just with that, and then we can untap it on our next turn when we've got a bit more mana, but I think this turn we'll just cast the Ovon Mind. Try and get a bit of card advantage happening. Oh no, we can't yet. We've got to cast the Facet Reader first. And this is fine because I think I'm going to also cast Extinction Event for odds next turn. We lose our Thieving Otter, but we get 3 of their creatures in exchange for effectively our Thieving Otter, which means if they do attack, I'm probably more likely to block with a Thieving Otter this turn. So unfortunate that they've got an even converted mana cost creature now. We're not really under that much pressure in terms of time, so there's no rush on the Extinction Event. We can just hold off, but keep in mind that we are going to be wanting to do that at some point. So we'll play out the land. We'll play the Ovon Mind first. Get ourselves some options and a couple of sweet counters. We'll play I think we'll just untap the Lurker. And then we've got a chance to loot as well and cycle, which I think I'm pretty happy with. So we'll just go to combat. Get in there with the Lurker. And we'll end turn there. So we got a few options at instant speed here between the Lurking Deadeye, easy prey cycle, and having a cheeky loot. Yep, I think that's okay. And in fact, if it goes on top, it's even better because then it becomes odd converted mana cost. It sure does. Radio. So we'll let that happen. They can draw a card, and then next turn, I think there may well be an extinction event occurring. So we'll loot away this island probably. Yep. We'll cycle the easy prey. And, well, we have a lot of options available to us now. We can extinction event, or we can just archipelago, which I'm pretty happy to do. Let's see, have we got 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, so we can archipelago and untap the Boneyard Lurker and get in there for 7. So I think we'll just do that. Just go ahead, untap, mutate this over the top, get back the of one mind, tap 1, 2, 3 creatures, and we've got the concession. So there we go, the mutate stack working again nicely. That time we managed to get the full Lore Drakkises synergy happening with the card draw. And I have to say, that was quite enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed that one, and let's see if we can press on for some more victories. It's all been very good after, I think it was a first round loss we had, wasn't it? But things have certainly improved since then. Let's see if we can't press on for victory number 6 and 7. Thanks for watching. I've been Jesse Marshall for The Winning Agenda.